Hi, welcome back. So we are discussing as part of Ansible automation training, each topic one by one. So as part of today's class, we are going to discuss about what is handler, why we need and what kind of a situation we are going to utilize that, and what is tax, how it is going to useful during your day-to-day automations, right? As I stated, we have created our GitHub called Cloud and Loud. And for this Ansible training, you stick with Ansible _ automation. And for today class, you stick with class 7 folder, and there is a file called playbooks.txt, right? Let's go inside. As we mentioned, to do this labs, Ansible labs, you need to have one Ansible server, which is the Ansible control node. There should be a two clients, which is the Ansible terminology. There is a managed node 1, managed node 2. So if you ping from server Ansible space all space -m ping, you should get green color ping pong, which means your lab is ready and you can proceed with all your hands-on. So this is your make sure you have this setup before we proceed this class. If you are not sure how to do this, then refer previous classes. We have discussed in detail how to do this. Let's go inside. So what is mean by handler, right? Suppose I want to install some package, right? So what I'm saying is, as soon as installed, I need to restart the service, right? I cannot remember every time, right? Because we are a human being, right? But whenever there is a need, actually it got implemented. So the handler will help you to automatically rebounce. Only one time you need to mention the necessary instructions. And also there is another real scenario. You have 1,000 servers, right? So 1,000 Linux servers or Windows servers, or it's a heterogeneous environment, assume. So you are changing some configuration file. So as per the technical, whenever you change any configuration file, you need to rebounce the service, right? So whenever there is a change, remember I have 1,000 servers, but this change is going for only few servers, right? The handlers also, it's an intelligence. Whenever this server is getting replaced, only this service will be rebooted if you configure handler properly. And this server already the necessary files and configurations are there, so it's not touching. So handlers will not touch this machine. And this machine, yes, we are changing the file, so handler will make sure rebounds the service. So handler is more useful on your day-to-day system admin purpose or day-to-day your automation purpose nowadays. Let's go inside and see how it works. As I stated, 5-window concept in a previous class. So this is my first window. I am going to create, say, handler 1.yaml. Okay, handler 1.yaml, insert mode -, enter hyphen, name it. I am going to explore handler functionality, right? There is a typo mistake. So functionality, okay, and then what are the host I want to apply this functionality? I want all. As of now, we have 2 servers only as a Ansible client in the inventory file. So this will be applicable both node 1 and node 2, right? I'm going to start my task. What is my task? I'm going to install something. What you are going to install? You are going to install HTTPD. As I said, the third window, Ansible-doc yum module. Yum means installation. So come down, there is a example section. Remember, as I stated in previous class also, I don't know anything. I'm a zero. So I'm going with the help. So this is the example. So I'm going to type exactly the same. So say name, install HTTPD. Okay. And what is the module name? Yum. So remember the cursor also, I am moving here. I'm making sure the cursor is moving here, exact same position. Even the first 4 lines should be same indent. And when you say I'm going to start task, 1 space inside. So these are all you need to be careful. If you construct first 4 line plus 1 play, then rest of the entire playbook with 100 plays or 500 plays or 1000 plays, it's going to be very easy. So yum, okay, and then what is the package name? HTTPD, enter, and state. Yes, I want to be latest version, right? Again, I am going here. So what you need to do, normally you will mention service module one more play, right? Say for example, like this, restart HTTPD, right? And then what is the module? I don't know. I know the service command, right? So let's come out. Let's go Ansible-doc service. Go to example. Again, I don't know anything. I'm exactly going with the example. So service and service name. So service, and what is the service name? HTTPD. It depends what service you are going to target. What I need to do? Restart it. Okay. If you write the playbook like this, you tell me what will happen. First, it will execute this task or play 1 or task 1. Then it will execute play 2 or task 2 every time, right? But I don't want to do that. I want whenever there is an installation successful, right? Then only the restart should happen, right? So that is where the handler is going to help us a lot. What I'm going to do is we are going to remove this. Okay. We are going to just mention, remember, I am bringing the cursor exact name yum. So here you need to say notify, and then you can mention any name. Say wanna restart HTTPD, but it should be some meaningful. Whatever name you are giving, the same name it has to be called out from handler. We will see it very shortly. Restart HTTPD. Make it very simple name, right? Restart HTTPD. If you look at the notify, if you confuse the indent, n and yum and name, these are all same indent, correct? If you look at the cursor, same indent, because this is going to be inside yum module, but notify is the function of the any play. This notify is never ever go with yum. Any play you can mention notify. What you are instructing is, if this is successful, then call notify. Okay, now we will proceed it. We will proceed the notify. So after this, what I need? Okay, I need hyphen name. So you can mention something like download some file, or you can install other package. Say for example, I want to install VSFTPD, another package, right? So here yum, same module, then name. What is the package name? VSFTPD. And what I need latest. So now I'm not giving any notify. So go here. Now I want to start the handler section. Remember, you have this first three line NHT, right? These three has to be the same for handler starting position also. So if you look at the cursor, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, right? Say handlers. If you want, you can verify. Handler is going to be the same for name starting point, host starting point, and task starting point. Exact same. Hatch also, handler also, I'm starting the same. So here I'm going to say start. Now, since inside handler there is a functionality, so go once one space inside hyphen name. Okay, you should not mention install or start HTTPD, right? Why? Because if you want to mention something in handler, then this name should match what you declared in notify. If you declare here restart 123, then here also you need to mention restart 123. If you say restart London, then here also you need to say restart London. The idea here is whatever you declare the word sentence here in notify, the same sentence should be there in handlers. Otherwise, it will save this sentence. It's not there, so it will skip. So you need to be very careful. So start HTTPD, it doesn't make sense. So what is there? Restart HTTPD, right? What is the module for restart? What is the normal Linux command? Systemctl space HTTPD space restart, or service space HTTPD space restart, right? But Ansible perspective, it's a service. So service HTTPD started. The exact I'm going to type service. I'm not going to type anything on my own. Whatever there in third window, I'm going to type it, right? Name HTTPD and then status restarted, right? So if you look at one thing also, I forgot where I started this play. Exactly the play 1 starting point, play 2 starting point, and play the handler play 1 also starting point. So I am going to say save it. I'm not going to close it. So right, then I'm coming down. What is the file name? Handler1. Come down, cd dev, okay, ls. So there is a handler 1.yaml. So cat handler 1.yaml, you verify whatever we stored is there or not. Yes, is there. Now what I'm going to do is in node 1, right? If you want to understand what is happening, always type this command tailf var log messages and clear the screen. Press enter till you see the window is clear. You press enter and say tailf. This is node 2 var log messages. Enter and clear the screen. So now it's ready. Now go to second window, second putty window, and then Ansible hyphen playbook, and then what is the YAML file name, playbook name, file name handler1.yaml, right? So as I said, till you get some confident, syntax hyphen check, it's better. So if you look at this, automatically there is a typo mistake, syntax hyphen check. So there is no issue. So we good to go, right? So I'm removing this. I'm going to execute. The moment I execute, right? Let's see. In the HTTPD is getting installed, right? Wait for some few seconds. go to node 1, wait for, see here. So the HTTPD is getting installed, right? Even node 2 log also HTTPD is getting installed. And then see, node 1 is installed and node 2 is about to start. Node 2, wait for it. So the package is getting downloaded and then it's about to install. Wait for a few seconds. So node 2 is installed. So it's taking some time. Sometimes the repository refresh will take some time if it is going to be the first time. So the node 2 also got installed. See here, installed, and then the service is getting started. But we never given any instruction to start the service. We given this is the to play, but there is a handler section we given to restart HTTPD, right? You please understand this concept. We created one playbook with play 1, task 1, play 2 or task 2, right? Play 1 is task 1 is install HTTPD, right? And for this we have mentioned to call this restart HTTPD. If it is installed, if it is implemented, if it is changed, then go ahead and execute this handler, right? So even for this also you can call this handler. So now you understand, right? So handler can be called from any play multiple times, right? And also I want to show you another thing is I'm going to execute again. Let's see this time whether the handler is getting called out or not. This time it should not, because everything is already there. If it is changed, if it is implemented, then only it has to called out, right? That is the handle functionality. Wait for a few seconds. See why? Because node 1 is dissatisfied, node 2 is satisfied. Again the play 1 or task 1, node 1 is satisfied, node 2 is satisfied. So of course it came out. This is the exact handler will do on your production environment. So you forget about it. You have 1,000 servers. It's a big environment. Whenever you want to do, you have to first write the playbook correctly as per your expectation. After that, you forget. The handlers will take care. Whenever there is a change, it will be called out. Whenever there is no change, it will be skipped. This is a major advantage if you go with handlers, especially on the patching, especially on the configuration change, especially on the shutdown activity or the maintenance activity. The handlers will be really useful, right? And also I'm going to again show you one more thing. The Ansible ADA command, we will discuss it later, but I'm going to quickly remove the package Ansible all-m command module. I will explain in a further class in a separate ADA class, ADA command class. But just to make sure now, to understand handler in a better way, yum remove httpd and then vsftpd -y. So I'm removing it, right? Let's wait for a few seconds. So it got removed. Now we will execute the playbook. Now the handler will be called out. Why? Because since the HTTPD is removed, now it's changing again, installing again, implementing again. Now, since the condition is going to be true, the handlers will be called out. See here, Now the next will be called out handler section. Wait for a few seconds. So you can keep watch the changes here. That is why I asked you to run the tailf command. See here, the handlers will be called out. Why now is this section is calling out? Because there is a change, because there is a implementation, because there is an impact, right? Handlers will be more useful when you go to your day-to-day functionality, especially on the day-to-day administration, your environment, right? Go back to your step. This is what exactly I given, but the practice, this whatever I explain, this is how you need to practice in your own lab, right? Come down. There is another example for this. In this example also, what I mentioned is this example is going to be. So in this example also, I have given the same, but here the concept is, I'm going to copy the concept. What I'm asking is, whenever there is a configuration file downloaded and changed, then call out the handler, right? So even you can give it here, call, even you can call it from here, even you can. So which means, that is why I said the notify is common, not for this specific module, Ansible module, right? So you can, the handler can be called out n number of times. You can save a huge efforts. So let's go here. I can just copy again so that we can test it out. So go back here. I'm going to say VA, sorry, as per the 5-window concept, the first window is going to be my VA editor. VAM, say download 1.yaml, enter. I told whenever there is a copy paste, first go, before you go to insert mode, say set paste and then insert and then copy paste, so that you will not face any indenting issues while pasting, right? So come down. Even I have mentioned my handler section only in URL. So let's go for here. We will mention, even we no need to mention the service start. Why? Because we are mentioned in handler section. So remove this section. It's no need, because I want to remove in front of you. That is why I mentioned in the example. So enable the service, yes. So this also you remove it, because we can mention it in this here itself. So here you can say you forgot what is the syntax, right? So what I mentioned is, go here, go above, enabled. What is the option? At least a boot, while booting, it has to start. So if you forgot, come down the example and check it. So enabled equal to yes. So go back to your playbook, say enabled colon yes, so that either you can split it out in a 2 play or in one single play itself. In service module, automatically you can go with service name HTTPD, and you can go with restarted and enabled, right? What I'm going to do is, I'm going to save this and then I'm going to execute in front of you. So what is the playbook name? Ansible playbook download 1.yaml. See the magic. So the HTTPD install will be green because already installed. Now the download the httpd.conf, right? So even yesterday previous class, we have installed and the downloaded the file. So what we will do is, we are going to check. That is why it was green. So cd var www html. So there is a file in, as per previous class, I haven't removed. So now I'm going to remove ansible.pdf The same way here, node 2 here, say cd var www html, and then I'm going to remove ansible.pdf, right? So again, what I'm going to do is, we will do one thing. We will remove completely Ansible, the previous command. We can use this and remove it. So the package is removed, the existing as per previous class, because we have used the same URL. So that also got removed. Now we are going to execute again. Let's see. This time, since the file is not there, it is going to download and actual change is going to happen. In that case, the playbook has to call the handlers automatically. The handlers is called out. See here, the handler is called out. So the handler is working as per the expectation. So we no need to worry. So it's working as we expected, correct? So this is how you need to practice and understand handlers. So let's go inside. Next is tax. Tax is very small part, but it plays huge role, right? Let's take the same example, this bigger part. So here, this is the first play, right? So this is the first play. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to group it. If you go to your production, you may need to create one single playbook with 100 plays like this. So you need to carefully define this section name, because this section name is very, very important, because while executing, see here, this is the name. By seeing this output, you have to understand what is happening. So that means the naming, the name, whatever you give, it is going to be crucial. So give some meaningful name, because while troubleshooting, you are the person going to understand, hey, what is happening, right? So copy these names, okay, and open Excel sheet. If you want to make it very easy for tax understanding and more useful in a longer term, copy all your playbook section headings. So this is the representation. You will understand what is going to happen in this play. So this is the high level representation. Maybe you can say comments, right? So, and I am going to increase the playbook. Let's increase some more so that you will have more understanding. So I am going to bring the cursor exact name, install vsftpd, and then automatically I can go with M module. I can go with, say, name, right? So what is the package name? vsftpd. And then what I want latest package has to be installed. I want latest package has to be installed. And then another play also, let's make it, all right? Name, say, start the service. Let's make with service module. Actually, if you want, you can put this section, put this play in handlers also, but I want to make sure you are understanding the tag part, right? What is the service name? vsftpd, and then state is yes, I want to restart it. So now you have the huge play, right? So go here. What is this section play? So copy and put it here, and copy this play is going to be start service. So like this, in production, you have hundreds of section. So this is going to be one play. 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 Okay, this is going to be play 1 or task 1. This is going to be play 2 or task 2. This is going to be play 3 or task 3. This is going to be play 4 or task 4, correct? So go here and then group it now. So what is this? This is HTTPD related. So I'm going to group it HTTPD. I'm going to group it HTTPD. I'm going to group this as VSFTPD. I'm going to group this as VSFTPD. Okay. If you are starting your Ansible career, this is how I used to recommend, right? Go here, go here. So now how to tag it, right? Bring the cursor exactly name M module where starting. So here you need to say tags. Okay, give some name. Don't give Vijay. So don't give such names because it has to be meaningful name. So you have to say HTTPD. Okay, now come down. So this section end, bring the cursor and bring the cursor exactly tags and one information inside. So name equal to, sorry, HTTPD. If you look at the cursor, tags is going to be exactly notify and name and module name, right? So come down. The display I'm going to nominate as, bring down, say tags and then hyphen VSFTPD, and then this also I'm going to name it, right? I'm going to name this as, say, tags hyphen VSFTPD. You can give any name, but it has to be meaningful. So you save it. Go here. First, we will see what is the file name, this download1.yaml, right? Ansible hyphen playbook, right? Download1.yaml hyphen list hyphen tags. First, you run this. Run this. So you will get the output what all tags is there. Are you able to understand now? This is the tags name, right? This is the tag name. Okay, tags name. This is the actual task name, task names, right? See here. So if you differentiate like this, then constructing the playbook is really easy. So now you say, is it a programming? No, of course it's not a programming. It's like a ABCD, but you need to understand and apply exactly without any indenting issue. That is where many people are failing, right? So now you run another command. Okay, list tags. Now you list the tasks. See here. Now you are able to correlate with the Excel sheet. This is how I used to study. As I am a beginner, I used to study like this to make sure I am good in concepts and hands-on, right? So now we need to run this. But while running also, I have some issues. I don't like VSFTPD. I want all play which are having HTTPD tags. So in this case, so even though it's a very small playbook, but concept wise, I have only two plays, play one, task one, play two, task two, only is available with the HTTPD tag name. So let's enter. See here, now VSFTPD will never ever try to execute. Why? Because I called out only HTTPD tag. Okay, now I don't like HTTPD. Let's call it out VSFTPD. VSFTPD, right? See here now. See, directly is going play 3 task 3. This is play 3 task 3 and play 4 task 4. Okay, now even you can go with the combination. Okay, HTTPD, comma another tag, comma another tag. That also possible. If you enter, now it will call out all 4 play because you mentioned. This is how you need to practice and understand tags. Okay, now another point is here, I don't want to go for task, each tag, but I don't know what are the tags. Of course, you can say hyphen list hyphen tags, but I want to go step. if you go back to this commands, automatically the last one. Let's see what is the purpose of the -f step. It will each time, each task, it will ask you. If you say no, it will skip it. If you say yes, it will execute it. So I'm saying yes. So I don't like this task. So say no, skip it. So then next is task, say no, it skip it. Say no, skip it. Say yes. So let's go here. See this. So 3 tasks, 3 play 1, play 2, play 3. Task 1, task 2, task 3. I skipped it because I don't like it. But play 4, task 4, I said yes. So it started executing. This is small playbooks, it's okay. But in a huge playbook, you need to correlate. First, you need to group it. See, the creating playbook is really easy, but until unless you not properly grouped with proper tag name, you are going to be screwed, because you are the person going to manage the entire infrastructure. So always don't be rushed to create a playbooks. Create a playbook first to construct the actual process wise.